Hi, I would like to inform you that I filed a complaint against Coco Crazy. I'm not going to explain everything that happened. I invite you to go and watch the videos about it. This is not a critique video. I still haven't watched Coco Crazy's second video about me, but my lawyer will take care of that instead. This is simply a video where I want to inform my audience who might not understand the scale of what has happened to me recently. But everything I'm going to tell you here is the truth. It's up to you to use your own critical thinking and decide whether or not you believe what I'm about to share with you now. There will be absolutely no nuance here. So from the start, I'll be completely honest with you. I won't be showing proof for every serious accusation I share. Don't worry though. There will be evidence, but I won't show everything here because social media is not a court. All the missing evidence has already been submitted to the police, and Coco Crazy will have to defend herself in front of a judge for everything she made me go through these past few weeks. Okay, now that I've made my little disclaimer, let me explain to you why I decided to give you the context of the whole doxing case. First, I was panicking and extremely confused. I didn't know what I was being accused of. I was afraid of receiving a wave of harassment while I'm innocent. At the time, I didn't even know the exact definition of the word doxing. In French, when people talk about doxing, they say atteinte à la vie privée. And of course, I'm fully aware that it's illegal. But that is not at all what I've threatened the girl with, the one who was harassing me for weeks. Tell someone to stop insulting and harass me or I will identify them to file a complaint. It's legal. What was illegal was mentioning my cousin. Although, when I made my complaint, the police understood what I meant. I shouldn't have said that though. They even congratulated me for taking the legal route and for contacting them so they could identify the person. But I insist. I had no intention of publishing any private or confidential information. All I wanted was to identify the person behind all this, so I could file a complaint. Because yes, you need the person's identity to take them to court. Second, I did it for Lauren G, who was demonized and involved in a drama for no reason. Know that this is the person who made a video on the subject in the fairest way. She didn't take my side. She was simply fair. In fact, there are plenty of points I don't agree with her on, but I appreciate the 100% honest approach she showed. Unfortunately, she was demonized just for being honest. If I get hate and my image is damaged, I can deal with it. Because once again, my life is not social media. I know you see me as a YouTuber, but actually, I'm just a nursing student trying to learn English so I can do my Erasmus in an English-speaking country. The reason why I didn't mention my studies or my credibility in what I was saying is because I hate when people do that. When someone mentions or appeals to their authority or credibility just to discredit you, that person wants to stop you from thinking and make you admit you are wrong only because they know better. That's exactly what a young woman tried to do to me when she said she was a media student to prove that she had more credibility than me and that Coco Crazy had never manipulated anyone. I was very direct with her. Out of all the comments I answered, she was the only one I replied to in a blunt and harsh way to hurt her ego, and I don't regret it. I hate when people use so-called credibility or authority in a debate, especially because I strongly doubt her credibility, since another woman already graduated and who works in marketing clearly saw that there was manipulation. I could have done the same. I could have used the fact that I'm a nursing student to give more weight to my points, but I didn't do it, only because I don't want you to just believe me. I want you to think. To use your brain. The reason why I opened about my thoughts at the very end of the video is because I felt the need to be honest with you. Getting hate comments didn't really bother me that much, but never in my life would I ever imagine that people can make fun of someone's mental health when that person is being honest. Those kinds of comments can kill people. They were the only ones that triggered me so much that I had 2 sleepless nights, okay? Don't worry though, seeing them doesn't affect me anymore because my family forced me to tell them what was happening and they know. They were already aware of the dark thoughts I was having and immediately reassured me about this kind of comment. People have the right to write me things like that. I would never block someone for their opinion. But we also have the right to consider such comments as evil and hurtful. People are allowed to think that I'm playing the victim card. That's fine. I'm just saying it's not true and I don't agree. When I saw followers using the victim card on me, I asked them to stop. I also liked comments that reflected my opinion and clearly stated that I was not a victim in this situation and that the only victim was Clara Darrow. However, I didn't see a single comment from Coco Crazy reprimanding her hysterical fans when they used the moniker card for her. On the contrary, she liked several of them and has even used the moniker card herself in the past because she loves it when her fans use the moniker card as a point. She absolutely loves it. But well, regarding my position as a victim, which I refused to take before, things have changed with the new evidence I now have. And now I have no shame in saying that yes, I am indeed a victim of harassment, a defamation by Coco Crazy herself. Anyway, I don't know Lauren G. Maybe she has plans and dreams for her YouTube channel, and being associated with me could harm her. I didn't know how to contact her privately, so I decided to post the context publicly so that I was sure she would see it. Even now, I don't want to put her in danger because of this. It was her birthday recently, and even though I wanted to wish her well, I told myself it could bring her hate, so yeah. And finally, even if you won't believe it, I also did it for Coco Crazy because I had gone to the police and I didn't want Coco Crazy to be involved in this case. I was clear. Even though I had suspicions about the identity of the person behind this, I never wanted to affirm or publicly accuse Coco Crazy of being the person who was harassing me. Accusing someone of that without proof is serious. So in my YouTube post, I really tried to make it clear that she had nothing to do with it. Also, since I went to the police, I thought it was important to let her know that I was taking legal action against the account Melfan and the other, and that if the person behind them was convicted, Koko Crazy's image could also be damaged because she sided with my aggressor. Anyway, I took a break from social media for a week, then I came back and I saw that the account Melfan had simply been deleted, completely gone. I panicked and went back to the police, but they reassured me that the platform always keeps the account and deleted comments for months or even years, so I didn't need to worry. They even told me I should actually feel relieved because deleting the account shows an attempt to hide a criminal act, which adds weight to my case. I started doing my own research on the 4 remaining accounts and I was able to prove that they all belong to the same person. You need to know that this person not only insulted me for 2 weeks, calling me creepy and a PDF until I blocked them, but also wished for black people to be expelled from Europe or even a white completely via Instagram. Yes, this person is so crazy that they managed to find me and send me a DM on Instagram. You know what? I'll first share all the accounts the person used to harass me on YouTube. Here it is. From the Melfan account, the comment you see on the screen dated August 20th was actually the nicest one. After that, for 2 weeks non-stop, they kept calling me creepy and a PDF under my videos. But when Coco Crazy replied to the comment I had posted on Trill's video, and 90% of the people who saw it told her how immature she was, and I even made a YouTube post about it, that's when all those accounts that had already been harassing me since August 20th started attacking me in a very aggressive way. These accounts posted comments every 2-4 minutes between them under my posts. That's why I'm telling you, this is the same person. And that's not all. On the account Crazy Stories, in the description it says, I defend my favorite YouTubers, I dubbed Coco Crazy Parlo. Parlo is apparently a well-known YouTuber, but it's also the name of one of my RSS accounts. It's the same person, okay? So I blocked Parlo's account. That's when the account Crazy Stories sent me this 2 minutes later. I blocked them too. And then the account Melfan sent me this. You can imagine that I eventually lost it. The person wouldn't leave me alone. So I tried them to identify their identity and file a complaint to take them to court. And you should know, this person also harassed that YouTuber who is even younger than Coco Crazy. This young teenager was being harassed by the same person with zero compassion. I think it's disgusting. But this person didn't stop on YouTube. To make sure I saw the hurtful comments and reacted, they found me on Instagram and sent me direct hate. Of course, they could be much more aggressive there, since Instagram don't censor like YouTube does. But I'm not joking. The YouTube accounts were just as hurtful, okay? Anyway, now you might wondering what links this Instagram account with the YouTube account. It's simple. When I saw this message, I confronted them and told them that I was going to expose their racism and hate in my next video. You won't believe what they replied. They actually said that I was threatening them and made a point of telling me that they were a minor and that it was serious to act like that towards a minor. I got chills all over my body. I didn't reply directly. I went to the police to tell them it was the same person. Now, this is where it's going to shock you. But after days and days of research, I managed to find the link connecting Koko Crazy with those 5 accounts. I then booked an appointment with the police thanks to this solid proof, which shows Koko Crazy's involvement in harassment. Yes, the person who called me a PDF and the person who sent me that racist DM was actually Koko Crazy herself. And I have a lot of evidence to prove what I'm saying. So everyone who thought Koko Crazy was racist or who believed she deliberately mispronounced Claudia's name to mock her culture might actually be right. There are a lot of dark things surrounding this teenager that you have no idea about. Once again, I'm not speaking without proof. I said this with all the evidence I've given to the police. I can't reveal everything here, but Koko Crazy knows these accounts perfectly. I would even say that Koko Crazy uses these accounts only to defend herself and make people who criticize her think they are two completely different people, when that's not the case. Look at the comment section of this young YouTuber, much younger than her. She spat out her hate, then used her art account to make it seem like people were supporting her when they really weren't. Still not convinced? Look at my own video. In the comment Koko Crazy left on my first video, you can see that the first reply to that comment is still Crazy Stories. And when you check the time between Koko Crazy's comments and Crazy Stories' reply, it's 3 minutes. You can't deny that Koko Crazy and Crazy Stories are the same person at this point. Seriously, who do you think sent the screenshot of my conversation with Melfan to Koko Crazy? Nobody sent it to her. She took the screenshot herself at the exact moment because she was behind the Melfan account.
Oh, this is just too easy.
Do you know why Koko Crazy demonized Lauren G? It's not because she was unbiased and dared to criticize her, no. It's because Lauren G pointed out something very important that no one else who would talk about this case noticed.
So this is the crazy part. So Coco had responded to me in that video because I put a comment in the video, but it wasn't in a nice way. I don't know how else to put it, but it wasn't in a nice way. So I watched both Debora and Koko Crazy's second response videos that were both released yesterday. And when I was watching Coco's video, I noticed that she was talking about a comment that Debora claims was deleted. Coco claims that Debora was lying and that the comment was still up. But the comment that Coco shows was not the comment that Debora was talking about. Debora showed 2 comments in her video. One that's still up and you can find, and another that was supposedly a response Coco had made to Debora in which she said the following. You have never been respectful. You called me a bully, liar, harasser, etc. What world is that respectful? You don't know what harassment is, so stop throwing it around. Maybe commentary isn't for you. Go after channels that actually make 50+ videos on one creator and you'll see actual harassment. I've had the same video on me made multiple times and this might actually be the one that is the worst. Is harassing making 3 videos in a month among 20? No. If all I cared about was money, I would have made 20 videos on her. I care about more than money. That is the comment that Debora is alleging was deleted. So last night, I had commented on Coco's video in which I called out that she was seemingly lying about the comment that was actually deleted. I said the following. I put the timestamp of what Coco was talking about, so I'll play the clip right here.
Firstly, she starts off the comment by saying, Coco Crazy replied to me in a video and also under my video, except she didn't own anything she said and deleted everything. I didn't delete it. She's lying blatantly. It's literally right here. All I did in the comment was summarize my video in case she was too stuck up to watch that. And here's my comment she claimed deleted, which you can easily find it. I don't care how many people dislike this. You lied about me using the minor card. LOL, I never have. Your reason.
Now this was my comment. That wasn't the comment she was referring to. She showed another comment that you allegedly deleted. She even labeled that comment as deleted. Not to be rude, but if you watched her video like you claim you have, why seemingly purposefully lie about the comment that was actually deleted? Now, I wasn't trying to be rude or anything with my comment. I genuinely was questioning it, like, hey, if you watch the video, why would you seemingly, make it seem like it was another comment when it wasn't? Why would you seemingly lie about that, right? And I was 50-50 expecting her to respond. Like, you know, flip a coin, see what happens, right? And she actually did. And to be honest, y'all, I was getting ready for class when I saw the comment. And this is what Coco had to say in response. Are you kidding me? I wrote one comment. Why are you blatantly believing her? She's such a liar. Why would I make multiple comments? Maybe think for yourself for once, Lamau. She is attention seeking. If you used your brain and looked at her comments for 2 seconds, you would find my comment. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I was really shocked by that response because like she insulted me twice in order to try to prove her point, saying that I don't think for myself and that I didn't use my brain when I was looking through her comments. And I know that Coco is allegedly 17, but when I think about it, I don't know, when I saw the comment, I thought about it and I was just like, damn, like I've been doing YouTube since I was 14 and I definitely didn't have the following that she has when I was 17. But when I think about it, y'all, to my knowledge, I never responded to somebody like that. I never did. When anybody asked a question, when anybody disagreed with me, I never responded to somebody like that. So I don't know, that was just so rude in my opinion. I'm sorry, but like that was just such a rude response to a genuine question.
I'm officially filing a complaint against Koko Crazy for harassment because of these 5 accounts that are hers. Also because Koko Crazy encouraged her subscribers to harass me when she left her second comment and word cloak her to her account. In court, if you lie once, all your credibility disappears. And also, I felt stalked by her, since she came looking for confrontation by replying to one of my comments on Suing's video, even though I had made it very clear that I didn't want anything to do with her anymore. She thought all her fans would come and attack me, but unfortunately for her, only 2 showed up to defend her. The rest were people who talk my side. Yeah. It's very embarrassing. I'm also filing a complaint for defamation because of the narrative that I'm creepy, which makes people think I could be a PDF. And also because she claimed that I wanted to dox her and her fans, which is completely false.
This is the part where it gets a little weird. So in Coco's first and second response video, she kind of alludes to Debora being a creep for liking one comment in particular where it said something along the lines of, I can't wait for her to turn 18 so she can't use the minor card anymore.
The creator then likes comments like this, which are just weird to be honest. Here it is. Koko Crazy is 17. I'm waiting for her to turn 18 so she can't use her minor card. And once again, I've never used it. This creator's logic in the video is that I showed a comment once stating my age. That is the logic behind it. I get it makes me look like a terrible person if I did use it, but I never have. And then people will just make things up.
Now, Coco had said that because of that comment and possibly other comments that Debora liked, that Debora was liking comments that were threatening to harass Coco when she turns 18.
She went on in her comment sections under the video she made about me, liking all the comments she agreed with, liking one saying they will harass me as soon as I turn 18 and that they can't wait with a smiley face. So I talked about it and this was her response to it.
I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like all the Molly you take, but I never said that. If you spread a lie like that, I will come for you.
Not only does she insult me by saying I have no brain left for milking, she threatens to come for me. Is that not a real life threat? So she says if I bring up that comment again and that argument again, she will come for me. Or legally, please do. Sue me for showing a comment saying the most creepy and weird things about me. And also she puts in a little corner this, which is insane to me. Coco, as a woman who went through essay from grown men on the street when I was between 13 and 17, I find disgusting you dare create a narrative about me. Makes me sick. And no, I don't care if you didn't know what I went through. That's exactly the problem. You don't know, you should stay silent. First of all, I'm sorry you went through that, but that simply does not automatically mean that you can tear apart my reputation. That doesn't automatically make you exempt from any type of consequences for your actions. I don't know why you are bringing this up because this has nothing to do with anything. You liked a comment encouraging harassment towards me. I'm sorry, but this simply does not exempt you from the consequences of your own actions.
Now, I think with context is important because you can't argue that that is a harassing comment, but with context, it doesn't sound like it's in a creepy PDF file way. It sounds more like that you can't hide behind your age from like consequence and stuff when you become an adult, which is true, but going back to our point, Coco never hid behind her age. Now, because of Coco bringing that up in her first video, Debora responded in which she used the audio from Euphoria in which Maddie goes, if you spread a lie like that, I'll effing come for you.
I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like all the Molly you take, but I never said that. If you spread a lie like that, I will come for you. We good? Yeah. If your brain is all scrambled from like, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like all, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like all the Molly you take. I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like all the Molly you, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like all the Molly. I don't know if your brain, I don't know if your brain is all, I don't know if your brain is all scrambled from like all the Molly you take, but I never said that. If you spread a lie like that, I will come for you. We good?
Debora basically threatened Coco with potential legal action if she continues to push this narrative or this idea that Debora is a creep. Coco even titled her second video the YouTube creep, so she is seemingly implying that Debora is a creep. And if Debora really wanted to, even though Coco didn't outright say it, Debora could sue her for slander. That can happen. I don't agree with any of the comments Debora liked, and I don't really agree with this one in particular. Yes, I kind of think it is a bit weird, but with context, it makes kind of sense as to why she may have liked it. But going back to my point, Debora could sue Coco for slander because Coco labeled her video the YouTube creep, and she also alluded to Debora being a creep for liking that one comment in particular. And because Debora is an adult and Coco is a minor, it could be twisted in a way where it makes Debora look like pedophilic. I don't know where Coco is based, and I don't know where Debora is based either, but if we're going to be really honest, according to the definition of slander, Debora would have every right to sue Coco for it, even if Coco had alluded to it and not outright said it. So I'm going to stay neutral on this. I honestly don't think Debora should have threatened Coco. I don't think Coco should have titled her video that way, and I don't think Debora should have liked the comments she liked. I didn't really agree with that, and I felt like that was a bit immature to do. And also, her original title to her second response video about Debora was calling her a scumbag. It was something along the lines of YouTube's biggest scumbag responded to me or something like that, or made a video on me. Then you aren't a mature creator. You are not as mature as your audience claims you to be if you have to resort to that, right?
Before continuing, I would first like to express my disappointment with Miss Eris' video about the drama. Just like Koko Crazy, she joined in and amplified the narratives that I actually said I'd come for you in my video. This is factually false and she knows it because she's familiar with the series Euphoria. I even remember her mentioning it privately in one of her videos, but she deliberately took the audio I chose, held it out of context, and then told all her followers that I really said those words.
This creator has also said to Coco, "I will come for you," which is a threat, and she can get into a lot of legal issues. And this was such a unnecessary threat for a 22-year-old woman to say to a 16-year-old girl.
Even though I respect you a lot, Miss Rere, I truly hate dishonesty. You promised at the beginning of your video that you wouldn't be biased. I knew you liked Coco Crazy, but I trusted you and took your word for it. In the end, I was simply disappointed as a follower. I don't need respect covered in dishonesty. Using your acting skills to try to manipulate me and your followers is awful. And I say this with all the respect I still have for you. I unsubscribed because I was wrong about you, and clearly we don't share the same values.
The thing is, Coco has made mistakes, and of course, people can give constructive criticism to her, and people should, despite the fact that she's 16. However, I think if we are going to give her respectful constructive criticism, we should also give her the chance to grow. You know, if constructive criticism is deserved in certain situations, I also think forgiveness comes with that as well. If growth comes with that too. You know, if Coco Crazy improves, starts changing her game up, starts listening to her audiences and putting down that ego, it's hard, the defensiveness, she can definitely grow and turn it around, and all is forgiven. I believe that. I don't see anything too bad about this situation. Coco's still getting views. She still has my respect. And I think that I don't take back what I said. I think that she is doing amazing for her age, and she doesn't have to use the minor card. I'm going to use the minor card for her because I will stand up for someone that's a teenager. I would do it for my sisters, for my brothers. I would do it for some of my subscribers and fans because that is the reality. Before the age of 21, some people 25, I will stand up for her in that sense because she is so young, right?
I don't know how you see Koko Crazy or how you understood the situation, but this is how I see her.
What's the best place for you to be?
Ryan gets to stay at home until his trial.
Ryan isn't accused of such a serious
Accused.
crime.
It's all accused. If I did it, if I hurt her, then I get it.
Jamie, if you do not sit...
Look, I fucking want to sit down! You do not tell me when to sit down! You do not control what I fucking... Look at me now! You do not control what I do in my life! Get that in that fucking little head of yours! Fucking hell!
Now, I will respond to 3 things she wrote in her post about me, which she edited as soon as she saw that I had posted the context of her accusation. First of all, most of the people who defend me are aware of my mistakes. They all advised me to leave social media for a while because none of us were winning in this situation. Don't take one isolated case you might have seen as if it represents the majority of people who follow me. Yes, I commented on almost every video about this case and I have the right to do that. I don't see anything wrong with it. The view counts of those videos don't matter much to me. Every person's words have value, even if a video didn't get many views. That's why I like to pin the comments of my viewers. Their words have as much value as mine. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the person who defended me fiercely in a post full of lies. She also gave me a lot of incriminating screenshots that I included in my complaint. So I wanted to thank her personally. By the way, go subscribe to her channel. Apparently, she's planning a lot of interesting videos that I can't wait to see. And thank you to everyone who was worried in my post and waited for my return. It really makes me happy that, in spite of all this, you still resist the manipulation of those big YouTube channels. Everything I've said so far is supported by evidence I gave to the police. You better have proof for what you claimed because you're going to have to defend yourself in front of a judge, Coco. All your actions are being recorded by my lawyer. Anything you try to erase or lie about can be used as evidence against you. I'm already being carried by reminding you. I'm strong. I will overcome all of this. It is through the law that David will defeat Goliath. For this video, I won't be replying to any comments that are against me to avoid getting trapped again by one of her alt accounts. But I will read everything and even screenshot all the comments that call me creepy or dare to say that I tried to dox a minor. Comments like that are a blessing for my complaint against Koko Crazy for defamation and will only add weight to my defense. Of course, don't harass Koko Crazy. Don't send hate tutorials or Miss Wewe either. Most of us are adults. We are better than that. Once again, this video is not a critique, but a video to inform you about why I'm feeling a complaint against Koko Crazy. I will never talk about this again, and I think I won't make any more critic videos for quite a while. Going through all of this, I realized that many commentary YouTubers use manipulation just like politicians do. I refuse to be part of the people who manipulate.
She doesn't have to use the minor card. I'm going to use the minor card for her.
I refuse to look like those who use their online power to constantly bring others down.
You can't make this stuff up. This video isn't about me genuinely being a bully, not about me being racist, not about me being sexist, nothing actually problematic. My tone of voice is too rude for her.
And I also refuse to be a moralizer.
I'm gonna break this down again. To you. One, you had no reason at all to invoke the name of Etika in this, and I'm not trying to moral grandstand or nothing like that. You just legitimately had no reason to.
I'm not a commentary YouTuber, and I don't think I will ever be one. However, I will keep posting videos whenever I feel like it. I'm not part of that world, and I refuse to play the Game of Thrones just to gain subscribers.
Are you alright? You look a bit red. Did I scare you when I shouted?
She wrote this on your
I mean, I'm only 13. I don't think I look that scary.
Could you tell me what these emojis
Oh,
are?
how embarrassing is that? Getting scared of a 13-year-old. Wow.